Hello there. Welcome to Just the Discs, but it's not exactly that today. This is a very special little video I just kind of impromptu decided to do because I was moving a bunch of my collectibles, and there was just this. I just have this big box of these things, and they go by various, names, but the Choose Your Own Adventure books. So there's a Choose Your Own Adventure. There was the Time Machine series, so there's like all kinds of these things, and I love them as a kid. I just love them. In fact, I have a tattoo of the Choose Your Own Adventure book banner. I used to get them at the library when I was a kid, and I just adored them because they were kind of like the first, for me, version of like a role-playing game. Because, I guess for anybody that's not familiar, Choose Your Own Adventure books are set up in such a way as that you read the story. It actually has this big warning at the front that's like, don't read this book linearly. Basically, when you get to you read the first couple pages, and then it'll give you the option to, choose to go, one way or the other. And that choice takes you to another page, and that takes you to another part of the story. Sometimes the choices circle back on each other. Often they result in your death. But I just loved these books as a kid, and I couldn't get enough of them. And each time there was a new one at the library, I was very excited about it. So at some point when I was collecting books for my kids, I just started getting, huge batches of these, right? And so I ended up getting some of my favorites, like Vampire Express. This was always a big favorite of mine, which this is like, you're on a vampire hunt in deepest Romania with your uncle Andrew and your friend Nina. You're riding horseback towards an eerie castle when a thick fog rolls in. Suddenly you're surrounded by wolves. Your uncle races ahead, but Nina is thrown off her horse and disappears into the fog. What should you do? And that's an actual choice, I think, from the book. Who Killed Harlo Thrombi? Which Thrombi is a name in the Knives Out movies. And the first Knives Out, and I sincerely believe this book is probably an influence on those films. It's a pretty fun little detective mystery. Millionaire Harlo Thrombi hired you to find out who was out to get him, but before you even got started, someone laced his bedtime brandy with arsenic. So anyway, so this video is just about going through some of my favorites, talking about the various spin-offs that there were, and there were a lot, folks. There were a lot. Just going through a few more of my favorites. I remember really liking Treasure Diver. That one was fun. I was really into underwater stuff as a kid. One of my all-timers is The Race Forever. And this one was super cool because you were doing you were an experienced race car driver competing in the first African dual road race rally. You choose your car, meet your navigator, and you're off. You zoom along the wild and rocky road. Soon you come to a wide riverbed driving across, and that's talking about, again, another choice that you can make. But I remember you could choose, what were the cars you could choose in this? It was like a Range Rover. What is it? It's like a Range Rover, or this sort of sporty car. I can't remember. There was at least a couple different cars you could choose, and that could affect you. And I can't remember if I could ever win that one. Sometimes you'll cheat and you'll be like, okay, what if I did this? What if I did this? Cave of Time is just the first book, and that's a fun, mystery one. Then you had things like Survival at Sea, which you read it and you're like, oh, maybe that'll actually help me if I'm in a shipwreck. You had Mountain Survival, things like that. I don't remember that one. Rock and Roll Mystery, Vanished, Abominable Snowman. I guess I kind of like the early ones. Deadwood City. This is in the first 10. Journey Under the Sea. Again, this is one of the first of them. And then like Space and Beyond. I remember digging that. This is one I can't remember if I read or not, but now I kind of want to. Ghost Hunter. This is number 52. Anyway, so I just have tons of these. I mean, we're talking like a box full of that's just the originals, right? Here's the Mystery of Urasenki. Anyway, that was one that I liked. Okay, so but then you had like the Twist-a-Plot books, like Midnight at Monster Mansion. Where are some other Twist-a-Plots? This is one I haven't read, I don't think. Race into the Past. I want to check that one out. I'm pulling that one out, actually. Okay, this is just a random... As they got later, the Choose Your Adventures get weirder. There's a lot of like You Are books, like You Are Microscopic, You Are a Millionaire, You Are a Genius. Worst Day of Your Life is not exactly, but this is an interesting one. Return of the Ninja. Don't remember reading that one. Gotta check that out. Let's see here. I mean, so you had Choose Your Adventure, you had Twist-a-Plot, you had Which Way books, which were pretty fun, and they look like that. So like Castle of No Return, I think, was the first one, and that's one of my favorites. Then you have like, I have 2 copies of Castle of No Return. Curse of the Sunken Treasure and Cosmic Encounters I remember liking. Spell of the Black Raven I don't remember. Invasion of the Black Slime. This was another one that was like an all-timer for me. Like very much like the Blob kind of story. And I just remember really kind of being freaked out by these. These were kind of gateways for me in a way. Creatures of the Dark. I don't remember if I read that one. Famous and Rich I definitely read. That's like the careful what you wish for kind of thing. Poltergeist, Ghosts, and Psychic Encounters, and Lost in a Strange Land. So a lot of those are fun. I like the Which Way books. Then you had your Time Machine books. And these all involved time travel in some way, you know? So your first one is this Secret of the Nights. Then you got Dinosaurs and Search for Dinosaurs. Sword of the Samurai. I don't have all these, you know, so I'm missing some, but like Sail with the Pirates, Civil War Secret Agent. This one I remember liking, Ice Age Explorer. Mystery of Atlantis I definitely never read. Wild West Rider I think I dug and read. American Revolutionary, so you got multiples of those. Mission to World War II. Search for the Nile. Secret of the Royal Treasure. That one's a little chewed up. Blade of the Guillotine. Quest for the Cities of Gold. I remember liking this one too. Scotland Yard Detective. And then World War I Flying Ace. So those are all fun. In fact, I kind of want to read some of those. Then you have things like the Indiana Jones Find Your Fate books. And I feel like they might have done some other licensed properties with Find Your Fate. I can't remember right off the top of my head. You can leave comments. But this is a box set you could get, which had like Curse of Horror Island, Lost Treasure of Sheba, Giants of the Silver Tower, Eye of the Fates, and Cup of the Vampire. So those are fun. I remember reading a couple of those, although I don't think I read all of those, but I do love this nice box of books. Let's see, was there another one? There's like Zork books. I have some Zork books and some, I want to say like, is there Dungeons and Dragons? Demons of the Deep. I don't even know what that is. I feel like there's a Dungeons and Dragons one in here somewhere, but yeah, these are so much fun. I mean, I just remember seeing some of these covers and just being so like Horror of High Ridge This was like a slasher movie or something for me. You know, I remember reading that and digging it. Terror Island, House of Danger. That one's bizarre. Curse of Battersea Hall. Secret Treasure Tibet. But there was one called Mystery of Urasenki that I remember. And, yeah, that one for some reason stands out. I can't find my copy of that at the moment. But, I mean, there's just so many of these. And they were just such a big part of my childhood that I couldn't help but... What's Mystery of the Secret Room? I mean, there's just so many cool ones, you know? Like, a lot of them are fantasy-based. Some are murder mystery-based. Some, yeah, are just mystery-based. And then you have, you know, the sort of the exotic, like, you know, the Lost Tribe or something like that. You know, like the ones set in, here we go. So Dungeons and Dragons Endless Quest. I've got a couple of these. I'm sure you guys have seen these, or some out there collect those. Yeah, I just got so into these books that I couldn't stop, you know, between the Twisted Plots and the Which Way books and the Choose Your Own Adventure books and the Time Machines. I just was absolutely hooked on these. And anyway, just a stupid little aside that I was thinking about. Oh, I even have like some G.I. Joe ones. So what's that? That's Everglades Swamp Terror and Operation Night Flight. You know, I got that. What the heck is this? Another, I don't know why this one stands out. Tattoo of Death. This is one of the later. I don't want to say they jumped the shark towards the end, but oh wow, this one still has the library checkout card in it. It's pretty great. But yeah, I mean, just really fun stuff. I remember the Underground Kingdom being one that kind of got me pretty good. I don't remember. It looks like it's trying to be Neverending Story kind of. But yeah, I just found another one that I gotta read, Train of Terror, which obviously looks like, well, it's not gonna be like Terror Train, obviously, but still, the Twisted Plots were a little darker. Did I mention Horror House? This is one that I haven't read that I kind of want to read. Maybe I already said that. But yeah, just really enjoy these books and wanted to share a little bit of my collection with y'all. So just a diversion from discs today, but, you know, collectibles nonetheless, and I thought maybe you'd be interested. No worries if you're not, you know. But if you like these books, if there was other series or other titles in these series that you really liked, let me know, because maybe I'll collect a few more. I probably shouldn't, but anyway, thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.